Okay. Okay, I have mic now. I think we're about ready. I'm going to be watching comedy today. If there's anything you want to have me watch, we can watch it together. It's just going to be a chill stream. I'm going to make another billion in Elite Dangerous and just kind of relax.
People whose movement was questionable, all right? You know, because there were a couple people where you see them dancing and you're like, to call it a routine feels like you planned this, and I don't think you did. I think you're making it up. No, I think that you woke up and you were like, oh, today? Like, I think that's the way you dancing right now. It's not the dance of someone who prepared. Like, there was an Australian dancer. Okay, look. She was dancing. I'm not gonna act like I know how to break dance. I'm also not gonna act like I have great movement myself. Most of my stories are when I could have had. Saw her, and she was dressed like she was from Squid Game. That's when I was like, I don't know if you're taking this serious. I don't know what's about to happen right now. And okay, so she starts dancing. So she started dancing, and they had interviewed her before the Olympics, right? Before she ever went to Paris, and I think they interviewed her after her performance, and I think both times she said that all of her moves she invented, right? Which I believe. I do believe that. I think that that's true. That's just a fact. And she's dancing, and like, when you're watching it, okay, there are some traditional moves that you see in breakdancing. A lot of them are like moves that lead to spins, right? So someone will just have their hand on the ground, but then they'll be going up with their leg, and it's all to build the momentum to twist and then to spin on their head or to spin on their hands or something. And she kept almost doing it. Like, there were plenty of times where she was like, I was like, she about to go, and then, do you know what I mean? Like, she would stay on the ground in a way that wasn't satisfying, right? Because even in breakdancing, sometimes you just see straight up backflips, right? And there was a backflip she did, but she did stay on the ground the whole time. Like, it was a backflip, but like she maintained contact with the ground at all points. And as I was watching it, I'm like, look, I'm also coming to this as someone who's watched a lot of breakdancing but doesn't know what the rules are for the Olympics. Maybe you're just supposed to hit poses and she's hitting the poses and she's racking up poses. I have no idea. So I'm watching, and I'm watching for the judges. I'm watching for the crowd, right? And there was one dude that I like really zeroed in on. It was a black dude with some dreads, and he was doing the thing that as black people we do, right? When someone is doing their best, and when someone is like trying. We've started wars for less. Come on. Don't worry, we didn't put it in the history book. No, I'm just saying. Like, this is my thing. Even when a game is over, whether you're watching an NBA game, an NCAA game, or just, like some footage from a documentary where, they're doing some exhibition game or something. When you go up to a professional basketball player, you go up to these professional athletes, and you see these sports journalists run up to them with the mic. How do you feel like the game went? And they put the mic in their face, and then they're just standing there sweating because they just got done playing the game, but they're like, we did some passing, and we did a little bit of shooting. We should have done more shooting than passing, but we did as much. They always sound like they're failing a pop quiz about basketball when they get asked the questions about the game they just had. You were there. Why are you umming? And then we plan to do a little bit more dribbling next time, and then we're gonna dribble, and then we're gonna pass, and then we'll shoot, and we'll get more of those in next time, and then that will result in more points, and then we will have more points than the other team when we get done. So the result today won't be the result tomorrow, right? And that's all well and good because they're standing there, and even though they're pouring sweat and they're breathing hard, they're standing up straight, and they just got done playing at the highest level, okay? What I don't like is things like what I might even be wrong. Maybe this isn't the interview I saw, but I could have sworn that after one of the members of the team on 3-on-3 was asked some questions after, and in my opinion, I know I'm not playing and he is, but he looked a little too tired for my liking, right? I'm not gonna let you be tired and lose, right? Like that's unacceptable, you know what I mean? Like he up there getting interviewed looking like me, like just like, yeah, they were good. They were pretty good. No, if you're gonna represent me in the Olympics, right? I need you to play better than I can play. If you're gonna represent me in the Olympics, I need you to be a LeBron, a Curry. Make me believe in myself, right? Don't just have me sit there watching the TV like that's what I do. Like I could've.
Access granted. Your assigned landing pad is number 10.
They had breakdancing for the first time ever. All right. Look. So they had breakdancing as an Olympic event for the first time. Which, here's the thing. We do need to take a step back for a second and go back to the invention of breakdancing. Breakdancing is something that comes truly from like nothing. Just kids and a piece of cardboard on the pavement and imagination, right? And it created an entire genre of dance that splintered off and made other genres of dance sense. So I think that it's an incredible thing that you have to take stock of, that something that just started with a few people has become this thing that's blown up around the world to the point where it makes it to the Olympics, to the world stage, right? But I was watching and I was like, maybe we need to keep some things a secret, right? Like maybe we don't have to tell everybody some of the stuff that we do, you know what I mean? Because I want to be clear here. There were plenty of very good breakdancers, all right? But a lot of them were overshadowed by people whose movement was questionable, all right? You know, because there were a couple people where you see them dancing and you're like, to call it a routine feels like you planned this, and I don't think you did. I think you're making it up as you go. I think that you woke up and you were like, oh, today? Like, I think that's the way you dancing right now. It's not the dance of someone who prepared. Like, there was an Australian dancer. Okay, look. She was dancing, and I'm not gonna act like I know how to break dance. I'm also not gonna act like I have great movement myself. Most of my stories are when I could have had better joints, all right? So I'm not trying to act like, ooh, I knew it or whatever, but I will say, as soon as I saw her, and she was dressed like she was from Squid Game, that's when I was like, I don't know if you're taking this serious. I don't know what's about to happen right now. And okay, so she starts dancing. So she started dancing, and they had interviewed her before the Olympics, right? Before she ever went to Paris. And I think they interviewed her after her performance. And I think both times she said that all of her moves she invented, right? Which I believe. I do believe that. I think that that's true. That's just a fact. And she's dancing, and like, when you're watching, there are some traditional moves that you see in breakdancing. A lot of them are like moves that lead to spins, right? So someone will just have their hand on the ground, but then they'll be going up with their leg, and it's all to build the momentum to twist and then to spin on their head or to spin on their hands or something. And she kept almost doing it. Like, there were plenty of times where she was like, I was like, she about to go, and then, do you know what I mean? Like, she would stay on the ground in a way that wasn't satisfying, right? Because even in breakdance, sometimes you just see straight up backflips, right? And there was a backflip she did, but she did stay on the ground the whole time. Like, it was a backflip, but like she maintained contact with the ground at all points. And as I was watching it, I'm like, look, I'm also coming to this as someone who's watched a lot of breakdancing but doesn't know what the rules are for the Olympics. Maybe you're just supposed to hit poses, and she's hitting the poses and she's racking up poses. I have no idea. So I'm watching, and I'm watching for the judges. I'm watching for the crowd, right? And there was one dude that I like really zeroed in on. It was a black dude with some dreads, and he was doing the thing that as black people we do, right? When someone is doing their best, and when someone is like trying to participate, right? I don't care where you are. We give people a chance. We really do. Whether it's somebody who's trying to rap real quick, whether it's somebody beatboxing, somebody dancing, as black people, you can see it in videos around the world. We always give 2 free nods, right? We always give 2 free initial nods because you're getting into it. We don't know what you're about to do. You might surprise us, right? So there's 2 free nods that everybody gets, no matter who you are. And there was a guy in the background when she started, and she was really doing the, you know what I mean? Like she looked like she was about to get ready, right? And there was a black dude in the background that was like, you know, because that third nod, you gotta be careful. That third nod is a cosign, right? Like that third nod means I love what I'm seeing, right? And he pulled out just before. There are moves that are staples of breakdancing. Like one of them, I mean, I can't do it, but one of them is when a dancer puts their hand on the ground and then they put their full weight on their elbow and they either do a pose or they spin. You see that a lot. You see that on any breakdancing that you watch on Instagram, TikTok, any of that. It's like a real staple move. And at one point she went to do it, right? But as far as like being on the elbow, she was like, I got something different for y'all. I'm gonna switch it up real quick, right? And so instead of posting up on her elbow, she just kind of laid on it, right? And even when I saw her land, I was like, she getting ready to do something. She getting ready. Y'all give her space, give her space. She getting ready, right? And then she spun, but she did it on her own time. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a fast spin or a flying spin. It was more like, we gonna get there, right? Like we gonna get there eventually, okay? I was truly taken aback. I was like, what is happening, you know? Because as a country, you have to pick a representative, right? You can't just be like, hey, as far as the I'll go. I'll take the flight. There was a competition, and you have to qualify to make it to the Olympics, which made me wonder, who did she beat to, you know what I mean? Like everybody clowning her and everything, but she's the best. Do you know what I mean? She getting a lot of extra undeserved hate because she won her place to get here, right? So then I want to know what happened in the competition to compete when the judges were like, we can't send you. It's all you. It's rough. That's rough stuff. Because this is, to be fair, she did get a lot of hate for this, and just in case anybody doesn't understand. To be fair, a lot of the spirit of breakdance is competition, right? It's usually one or two, people hopping in and out of the general circle where we're all watching. Sometimes it could be 3, 4, right? And one of the things that I watched happen in the men's, like it was, I think, the US versus Japan, right? Is that even though they were in competition, when the other person was in the circle, like doing moves, because Japan and the US were killing it, right? Like lots of spins, lots of like fun stuff, cool stuff I hadn't seen before. And anytime the other person was in, their opponent would still be like, oh, because it's a sport of energy, right? It's a sport of fun, right? And when she started, her opponent was kind of like, okay, all right, okay. Yeah, I get it. And after a while, her opponent just sort of started walking. You know, and then when she wasn't, this was kind of wild. It is part of it, so like, you can't hate on her for it because it's a thing that happens when people in breakdancing compete against each other. But then her opponent was in there doing real moves. Because when I tell you she made up her own moves, she straight up, like. I've never in my life she did the opposite of a Michael Jackson. She did. Oh man, Mike is moonwalking in his grave right now. But while her opponent was in there, you know, doing the real moves, she was walking back and forth and was going. Oh God, okay, all right. And so she danced, and the judges awarded her 0 points, and I didn't know that was possible. I didn't know. I thought you got at least a point for limbs, like. Also, oof. Francis had some ups and downs, right? That poor pole vaulter. If you didn't see it, okay, basically, pole vaulting is a sport where you run up with a stick and then you put it into, like, what I'm assuming is the vault, right? And you stick it in there, and then you keep going, even though it's stuck in there and it bends, and then you ride it up the top and it lifts you. It looks like it shouldn't work. Every time I've watched pole vaulting, I'm like, how do they not snap off and fly off into another direction? Pole vaulting is physics, but it looks like it's against it, right? Like, it's. I think that's why it's a sport, because every time you watch it, you're just mystified. You're like, how did he plan it to go that? It could have gone anywhere. And so, you know, you stick it in, you bend it, and you fly up, and then there's a stick that you try to get over. And so you throw your body over the stick, and then you land and somehow live, right? Because that's the other thing about pole vaulting that I don't understand, is how no one dies every time, right? And so anyway, there's a French pole vaulter that was running with the stick, stuck it in, went backwards, and he's lifting up. And then when he gets about parallel with the bar, we notice on camera a different stick, right? Because there's always supposed to be 2 sticks. There's always the stick you gotta get over, and then you stick the use to get over. But there was a 3rd stick at play that nobody could have foreseen, right? Because I don't know if this has ever happened in the history of people running up with a stick and sticking it in the thing and then going over. But he gets about level, and then, you know, if you knock over the stick, you're disqualified from that heat, right? Not that you can't go again. I just mean, like, you didn't do it. If you knock over the pole you're supposed to get over. And he knocked it over. He knocked it over with...
News. It turns out Jeffrey Epstein did not have a client list. No. He wasn't blackmailing anybody, and he certainly wasn't like a Mossad agent or anything crazy like that. No, he was a lone wolf. Did it all on his own. So that's that. Case closed. And frankly, I'm sick of hearing about this. Luckily, I'm not the only one. Trump pushes back on Jeffrey Epstein questions during cabinet meeting.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Yeah, I know, right? That's annoying.
That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
Don't even bother answering it.
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this.
This is not the time.
I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file.
Yeah, she had just the whole file. The whole file.
To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive.
The video wasn't conclusive. Wait, what does that mean?
And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every year, every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset. And every night should have the same minute missing.
Every night has 1 minute missing. Oh wait, hang on. Actually, it turns out there's 2 minutes and 53 seconds missing. Well, who's counting?
And that's it on Epstein.
They're over it, I'm over it, but I guess you guys aren't over it, judging by these comments. Sounds like the people are being gaslit. Was a simple question. Not a good look. Very suspicious behavior. Elon wasn't lying about Trump being on the list. No evidence. Then why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? Not a good look at all, Mr. President. Not a good look at all. Coming from a supporter. I'm a Trump supporter, but this is disappointing and disgusting. Disgusting. So disappointed. Had to throw my MAGA hat away after this one. Gaslighting you've never seen before. This is not good luck. I say that as a Trump fan. Complete disappointment. Just lost the midterms. Wake up, America. Trump, I've lost all faith in you. Another government in power that's full of lies. No believes any of you. Gross. You all belong in jail. All right, well, let me show you how to tell these people to move on with their lives already with good and proper comment etiquette. Oh my God, can you people just let it go? They said what they said, and it turns out the only guilty party is the dead guy. I know all you Trump supporters love a good conspiracy theory, but sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. Unless, of course, you're Bill Clinton, in which case it's a sex thing. By the way, this also means Bill Clinton never went to Epstein's Island to have illegal sex that I can't describe in a YouTube comment without getting banned. You're the guys who voted to have this investigation completed, so you should be happy, because it turns out there is no global cabal of elite child-hungry predators who are still out there preying on children with no consequences for their actions. And post that. Now, I feel like I could just end the lesson right here. But it turns out there's a lot of people on the internet who need to learn some good comment etiquette when it comes to accepting the truth. And the truth is, you need to cease your investigations! Alright guys, look, you all know what this lesson's about, because everybody's talking about it. Although I wish you weren't, because it's getting a little bit old, don't you think? I mean, why is everybody talking about this? Why is Kevin Spacey talking about it? Release the Epstein files, all of them. For those of us with nothing to fear, the truth can't come soon enough. I hate to make this about me, but the people already have. Oh, hey, what's this?
Kevin Spacey, only you can see this message. Cease your investigations immediately, or your next yacht party will wind up at the bottom of the ocean, Kevin. Also, it's not cool what you did to my little brother, Mr. Spacey. You owe him an apology. Keep your mouth shut and your hands to yourself, or we're going to treat you the way you treat impressionable young production assistants. We're watching you.
Oh, that's weird. I don't remember tweeting a blank video to Kevin Spacey. Anyway, moving along, there's no lack of people beating a dead pedophile to death over a client list that doesn't exist. Here's this guy mocking Trump for trying to explain that there's no client list.
You know, these files were made up by Comey, they were made up by Obama, they were made up by the Biden information. You know, we went through years of that with the Russia hoax.
Yeah, Ken, we get it. You think there's a list, you fucking nut job, and tweet. And of course you got people posting past footage of Trump. It's some kind of gotcha because, like, I guess he said he'd release the list. Trump says he will release the Epstein client list if elected. The Democrat elites are shaking right now.
But a lot of big people went to that island. But fortunately, I was not one of them.
It's just very strange for a lot of people that the list of clients that went to the island has not been made public.
Yeah, it's very interesting, isn't it? Probably will be, by the way. Probably.
So if you're able to, you'll be...
Yeah, I'd certainly take a look at it.
Donald, cease your investigations.
But yeah, I'd be inclined to do the Epstein. I'd have no problem with it.
No, Donald, don't.
And this tweet is from Libs of TikTok. They obviously believe there's a list, so they're wrong, and they're kind of being a bitch about it. Ooh. Actually, I shouldn't have said that. Let me apologize to them. Sorry I called you a bitch, and you're welcome. Uh-oh, and here comes conspiracy theorist Alex Jones, who seems just a little bit upset that Epstein did not have a client list.
So now, by coming in and being part of the cover-up, the Trump administration has become part of it. I mean, it's just, you cannot see it any other way. So I just got to the office, I'm gonna go throw up, actually. And this only happens every few years when something really, really bad happens or something. I mean, I'm physically gonna puke probably right now.
You're going to do worse than throw up when we get our hands on you, Alex Jones. Yeah, cease those investigations and find a way to convince everyone the opposite thing of what you're saying here, or else we're going to activate the MK Ultra hormones in your Ozempic shots. Watch your back!
Huh, well that's weird, another blank video. Why do those keep popping up? Alright, let me send this guy a little tweet. Hey buddy, sorry you didn't get the news you wanted. I absolutely understand why you would be devastated by this. But don't worry, because literally everyone in the world agrees with you on this one. And at tweet. Oh, what's this? Alex Jones just went live on Twitter.
The Democrats have set this up and manipulated this so that Trump then will say don't release it, and when they go into it, it's only what they wanted to leave in there. That's the reality. That's what happened. The opposite of what you've been saying.
Excellent work, Alex Jones. We are very pleased with the results. As a gift, your humiliation boat trip with Kevin Spacey has been delayed for 1 year. Ha 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 ha!
Right, over and over and over and over again, because this is what I do. This is what my team does. It's what my guests do. It's what my sources do. You have any idea who I've been on the phone with this morning? No, you don't.
Well, this story just keeps on developing, doesn't it? I mean, I swear, every time I think I've got the latest information, something else pops up. Tell you what, let's give it like 2 minutes and 44 seconds to see if things level off. And that way I can speak a little more confidently about what's going on. And speaking of 2 minutes and 44 seconds, that's the exact length of today's sponsor video. Let's check it out. Alright, GPS says we're heading north on Paso de Gallo, and in about an hour we'll be at Italy.
The phone. Really got to make this call. What's up?
Dude, you still trying to make that call? Anyway, I was saying another hour we'll be out of Italy and into Austria.
Shit, I better get ready. Okay, let's see. Austria.
Bro, why do you have a shoebox full of SIM cards?
Well, every time I enter a new country, my old SIM card doesn't work, so I have to replace it with a new one. And how do you do it?
Oh, I downloaded the Saily eSIM app. I got an unlimited Europe eSIM plan loaded up on here, so it connects automatically no matter where we are. Plus, I used coupon code Big Money for 15% off.
You don't have to jam a little plastic thingy into your phone every time you cross the border?
Nah, dude, that sounds awful. Where'd you even get those?
From some Russian guy who accosted me in the airport bathroom. I gotta say, these cards barely work. I have to make a really important call.
Russian? No, man, you don't want to use those. Here, open the glove compartment. There's a QR code. Download the Saley eSIM app. Don't forget coupon code BIGMONEY for 15% off.
I mean, it's fine. I got my shoebox.
Does your shoebox have a built-in ad blocker that reduces data usage by up to 28%?
Saley does that?
Yeah, dude, Saley kind of kicks the shit out of your shoebox of weird, probably key-logging SIM cards.
I just installed it and I'm connected. Oh, that was quick.
You got that regional plan for Europe that includes 35 countries. Also, there's a bunch of other regional plans in case you know, go back, go wherever. Go wherever.
All right, so I'm just connected?
Yeah, man, you're just connected. Now you can finally make that phone call.
Hey, give me a second. Hey, Susan, it's me. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I'm leaving you. I met a beautiful woman at an Italian discotheque named Asterix, and, well, she's wonderful. She does everything, and I do mean everything. So I just wanted to let you know I will not be returning home. But I wish you well. I wish the kids well. Please send me the dog. And I just hope, as Asterix would tell you, I hope that your journey takes you somewhere great. Bye.
Are you all right, man?
Never been better. Thanks, Saley.
All right, let's go. Leave your wife from abroad with the Saley eSIM app. Go to Saley.com/bigmoney or scan the QR code on the screen right now and use coupon code BIGMONEY for 15% off your eSIM plan. Coverage around the world, all for one app. And hey, tell your new girlfriend I said hello. All right, guys, welcome back to this thing that I don't care about. And the latest breaking news is Ghislaine Maxwell is talking about striking a deal. Yeah, that's the latest breaking news. Let's check this out. And it's 2 days old. Man, what the fuck? Why is it so hard to follow this news story that implicates all of the world's elite in a child sex ring? I don't get it. What is the news right now, then? What's happening right now? Mike Johnson breaks with President Trump, calling for the full release of the Epstein files.
The White House and the White House team are privy to facts that I don't know. I mean, this isn't my lane. I haven't been involved in that. But I agree with the sentiment that we need to put it out there. And
okay, so if there are files, then I do care. You got to release those fucking files. You know what I mean? Listen up. The boss asked everyone to cut the shit with Epstein, so cut the shit. Isn't going to change any of our lives whatsoever if you find out some celebrity or politician fucked a 16-year-old on Lolita Island? It's not, so shut the fuck up and stop whining already. Wow, the files, shut up. You're not getting them, so get over it. Oh, alright. Sir, please don't call me that. And also...
No! You're wrong, Dave Smith. There is a client list. You yourself said that politicians would be on that list. Do the implications of that not concern you, Dave Smith? Pedophile politicians? Does that not concern you? Resume your investigations immediately, or we will activate Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson and send them after you with knives.
And tweet. And he's suspended. Okay, well, that's a happy ending to that story. And let's hope that this whole Epstein files story has a happy ending too, because now we know there are files. The Republicans, they went out, they found the files, they've got them now, and they're gonna go ahead and release it for all of us to see. We're finally gonna get an ending to this story. House Republicans block release of Epstein files.
Breaking news, the Republican-controlled House Rules Committee has just voted to block the release of the Epstein files.
Oh man, this is moving so fast. Like, I keep having to add things to how I feel about it, but without ever admitting I'm wrong. This sucks. And now I'm agreeing with a bunch of MSNBC hippies. Please keep fighting for it. Keep protecting the predators. The people will remember this.
I thought they just said the Epstein file didn't exist. Just release it.
Release the client list. We need a worldwide trial.
Leak it all, Griselle.
No, you guys aren't supposed to be stoked for the client list. You're all on it. I can't wait to see how this winds up being another 4D chess move to make you guys look stupid. I'll tell you what I hope happens is that there was a list, but they destroyed it, and now they're writing a new list with all your favorite Hollywood actors and musicians on it, so you have to listen to fucking country music all day long. And the movies don't even change that much, they just get more racist. In conclusion, fuck you, and there might be a list, and it would be okay if we never saw it, because I don't care. And post. Okay, so if I'm up to date, the files are real, they're not a hoax, and Trump might release them, so that's good. Oh shit, what is this?
The radical left Democrats have hit pay dirt
Again, just like with the fake and fully discredited Steele dossier, the lying 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, which the Dems swore had come from Russia. No, it came from Hunter Biden's bathroom. These scams and hoaxes are all the Democrats are good at.
Call them stupid. Call your supporters stupid.
Their new scam is what we will forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax, and my past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, sinker.
So prove it was a hoax instead of bashing your past supporters, because that isn't helping your midterm chances.
Why was Epstein in prison then? What about Ghislaine? For a hoax? I don't think so. This is the hill we all die on. Horrible messaging. Blink twice if you're in danger, Mr. President.
People you nominated for your own administration talked about Epstein for years. Now you're saying it never was without giving us the proof, and you don't want the support of your full base simply because they don't believe what you do?
Let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success.
Call them stupid with your mouth, Donald, or else we're going to take away your robot immigrant wife.
Instead, they want to talk about the Epstein hoax. And the sad part is it's people that are really doing the Democrats' work. They're stupid people. Yeah, go ahead.
Excellent work, Mr. Trump. You have pleased us.
Because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again.
Oh, we living in the Twilight Zone.
All right. Well, first of all, Goatsy, and second of all, I gotta cut this episode off right here. Like this, I can't keep following this story when it changes every 5 seconds. You know, by the time I upload this video, it's gonna be wildly different. This will all be like days old, so I'm exhausted. I'm never gonna chase a breaking story again. What I am gonna do, I'm gonna call in future Eric, and he's gonna tell us how this whole thing ends. Future Eric, what is it you desire to know, past Eric? So Future Eric, this whole Epstein client list thing, how does that all wrap up? Yes, there was a list.
No way. Who was on it?
Hillary Clinton. Anyone else? Nope, just Hillary Clinton.
Oh.
Why just her? Turns out she was the true mastermind behind the operation, and Epstein was innocent. Oh. Dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm in the past, and Epstein seems pretty guilty right now. No, in the files they released, it's very clear that he was framed by Hillary for everything. Alright, so how far in the future are you? 6 weeks. Ah, shit. Is there anything else? Nah, I guess not. See you, Future Eric. Thanks for clearing that up. Very well. Till we meet again. Alright, thank God that's over with, and I can finally get back to my video games. Hey, do you guys think they're lying about the Epstein client list?
I guess.
And team kill.
What the fuck did you kill me?
Cease your investigations, bro.
Big money, Sylvia. Big money, Sylvia, Sylvia.
Hey there, folks. The NeonGrizzly.com store has moved physically to a new location. To you on the website, it's going to look the same. And to celebrate this little upgrade, we're going to do some gay frog pre-orders. That's right, we got horizontal gay frogs. We got vertical gay frogs. Oh, man, these gay frogs make me want to throw up. I can't believe we got tank top gay frogs. Oh, I'm going to be sick. This only happens once every couple years. When something's real good on the NeonGrizzly.com store, I get all queasy. Oh, man, somebody give me a bucket. I'm going to hurl. Look at this cute little frog pile.
Goth in the woods that keeps answering the door and sighing, going, "No, I'm not the witch. He lives over there," and points across the street to a dazzlingly pretty boy wearing a gold waistcoat who's waving excitedly at them. This happens 268 times a month. Goth in the woods that keeps answering the door. Condiment on a sandwich, you accidentally make a magical occult symbol and summon a demon. You suddenly take out 2 more slices of bread out of the package and make another sandwich. You put it on a plate with a handful of potato chips and hand it over to the demon. He takes the sandwich, smiles, and vanishes in a puff of demonic smoke. The next day you get that job promotion you were after. There was no contract, no word spoken. You owe nothing. Every now and then another demon pops in for lunch. Demons don't often get homemade sandwiches. Warlock patron idea. While putting your favorite condiment on a sandwich, you accidentally make a magical...
Thank you, darling. What's your name? Mike. Okay.
I know her too.
You know everybody? Did you all hire me, Mike, to come weird me out? Oh, it's happened again, Mike. I know. I like the way you. Oh, what the fuck? You play the game the way I want. Be obedient like that guy. You are doing a much better job, darling. I feel like, everybody else that helped me out on stage got a drink, so do you think you should deserve a drink too? Okay, well that's good because I didn't bring you one. The glass actually seems to be empty except for one thing. Can you see what's in it, Mike?
Oh, yes.
Do you know what that is? Do you recognize it? Can you hold it in your hand? What is that? Yeah, just hold it for a second. What is that in that glass? It's a ring. Now, why would somebody come onto my stage with a ring? What could they possibly be ready to do?
Her name's Lucy, too.
Her name is Lucy, too? Get out of here. Cool, then I'll pretend this is about me. Go ahead. She said yes. She said yes. Oh no. Thank you, darling. Oh no.
Hey everybody, I watched the Met Gala last night. The theme was Black Dandyism. It looks like everyone sort of Googled that and did their best, so let's check it out. Now this looks like the Wendy's girl did crack cocaine. We got Shabuzi looking like the front door to a psychic's office. Now we got Lisa here with Rosa Parks on her crotch. There is no wrong way to celebrate Rosa Parks, but this is the wrong way to celebrate Rosa Parks. Now don't worry, that is not a white woman wearing a do-rag. That is a white Victorian child ghost wearing a do-rag. Doechii arrived in a box, and as a kid who wore a t-shirt in the pool, respect. We have Doja Cat looking like Fred Flintstone and Whitney Houston collided at high speed. Now Andre, I better not see you getting on my F train during rush hour with that thing. Anybody know if Steve Harvey's missing a jacket? Hey everybody, I watched the Met Gala last night. The theme was Black Dandyism. It looks like everyone sort of Googled that and did their best, so let's...
What's the wish? I wish that porn didn't exist. Oh. Okay, and I'm not done. It doesn't adversely affect anyone who was in the industry or an industry related to it or involved with it. Oh, wow. It just simply didn't exist. Wow, you really thought a lot about this one. Yeah, I did a little bit of thought. I finally got you. You're actually losing your touch a little. Okay. Your wish is granted. What? You heard me. Poof. Porn is gone. Easy dubs. Now the Gooners have been unleashed upon the world. Wait, hold up. Without this specific form of media to quench their carnal thirst, they are forced to find alternatives. When you say carnal desires, they have descended upon society. So what? Nothing is safe. Nothing is sacred. Everything's a tribute. No. Wait. Perhaps you're going through the produce aisle. Not the produce. Hey, those are some nice melons. Let me tell you something. Oh, that is a juicy peach. Let me tell you something. The Gooners doth concur. Oh, shit. And the only one you have to blame for this sticky new world is yourself. I'm sorry. Oh, what's the wish? I wish that porn didn't exist. Oh. Okay, and I'm not done. It doesn't adversely affect anyone who was in the industry or...
Federal flight control. Stow your weapons as you approach this station, Commander.
The ladies have come up with yet another fashion niche called dollcore, where they put on makeup that makes their face look porcelain, and then they throw on a doll costume and just kind of walk around like that. Well, I've seen so many videos of people doing this recently that I almost feel like I could do it myself.
Enjoy the ride, Commander.
And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Welcome back to Country Drag, y'all. Let's go from American boy to American girl doll. I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna make a mustache look porcelain, but we're gonna figure it out together. And we are gonna have to block out our eyebrows for this one, so... sorry about that. Now, I'm gonna be using this mixing pigment as foundation, but the pigment is super sheer, so I'm actually gonna go in with this Power Grip primer. This makes your face like super sticky so that the pigment doesn't really go anywhere once it's on your face. And we don't want any more coverage than this because we do want to see some of those like natural skin tones come through. Now we're gonna kick things off with the eyeshadow, and I'm going into this kimchi palette and tapping right into this light pink right here. Then I'm going into a bright white pigment and I'm putting it like right along here. Now once that's blended out a little bit, we're gonna take some white eyeliner and basically create like a faux new eye by pulling that liner out to there. Next, we're gonna take a flat angled brush with some black eyeshadow and create a new eye line. And now we've basically just extended our eyes. I'm going back in with some shimmer and putting a ton on the inner corner like this. Then I'm just taking a little bit of that residual pink and just putting a little bit right there. Now I'm grabbing some liquid liner and just creating a nice big wing. Next, we're gonna do the eyebrows, and I'm just gonna sketch a really thin line with eyeshadow first. I'm thinking of starting up here and then coming down to like right there. And that's looking about right, so I'm just gonna go in with some liquid liner and just trace it. Perfect. Now I'm going into this super pinky blush right here, and I'm gonna put that right in the center of my cheek like that. And now I'm gonna do like a highlight. Yes. Now I'm gonna finish things off by taking this lip liner and like overlining my lips downwards. I think I also need to put like some foundation on the sides like that. And just go over that middle part. Take this pink gloss right here and put that right in the center, which looks very good. I'm taking a fake lash that I've cut a little bit and I'm putting that right along this eyeliner. You're gonna take a bunch of this primer from before, get it on a brush, and like I promised, we're going over the mustache too. And now that we're all porcelain and shiny, we can finally finish the look with the accessories. And that's the look. Do I look like a little dolly? I just found out that the ladies have come up with from before in the center, which looks very good. I'm taking a fake lash that I've cut a little bit and I'm putting that right along this eyeliner. You're gonna take a bunch of this primer from before, get it on a brush, and like I promised, we're going over the mustache too. And now that we're all porcelain and shiny, we can finally finish the look with the accessories. And that's the look. Do I look like a little dolly? I just found out that the ladies have come up with yet another fashion niche called dollcore, where they put on
First time, no going back.
Have a good.
Thought you hallucinated these Disney movies, but they're actually real, it's just that nobody else remembers them. Disney took Treasure Island and said, what if this happened in space with cyborgs and daddy issues, then spent $140 million creating the most expensive and seriously underappreciated box office flop in animation history that featured Jim Hawkins sailing through space on a solar surfer while being chased by mechanical spider pirates and Long John Silver with a robot arm that turns into different fighty things. A pig oracle shows visions of the apocalypse to a vulnerable boy, and skeletons claw their way out of a cauldron that looks like it was designed by H.R. Geiger before the Horned King literally disintegrates on screen while screaming. They spent 4 years making this $44 million box office failure that features more unaliving than a Game of Thrones episode, and somehow thought kids would enjoy watching an army of zombies march across the countryside while a gurgling cauldron births demons, and honestly, they weren't wrong, they were just about 30 years ahead of their time. Disney made Sherlock Holmes, but with mice. There's a bat with a peg leg who's basically Rodent Napoleon, a rat mafia boss who feeds anyone who irritates him to his cat Felicia. The climactic battle happens inside Big Ben's clockwork while everything's on fire as Basil literally gets crushed by gears the size of buildings, and the whole thing feels like someone's espresso-fueled fever dream about what would happen if he were shrunk down and got trapped in a clock shop while having a dissociative episode. Young Arthur gets repeatedly transformed into animals by a wizard who's clearly having a midlife crisis, nearly gets eaten by a fish the size of a school bus, and participates in a game of what I would call medieval body horror as Merlin and Madame Mim have a shape-shifting duel that ends with the wizard turning into a literal disease. The whole movie is basically what if Gandalf was having a psychotic break and decided to terrorize a child with magic. Two mice join Mouse FBI to rescue a girl from a swamp witch who drives like she's a typical San Diegan and has pet alligators with anger issues. And in the far superior sequel, these same mice travel to Australia to fight a poacher who's basically Crocodile Dundee if he captured a kid, and two reptiles are the best part of this criminally underrated movie and the reason why nobody knows what I'm talking about when I tell them these are not Joanna's eggs. And honestly, there are about 15 other Disney movies that fit in this category, including Oliver and Company and the Aristocats, so let me know if you want me to explain a movie that was about Charles Dickens with cats, dogs, and Bette Midler. You thought you hallucinated these Disney movies, but they're actually real, it's just that nobody else remembers them. Disney took Treasure Island and said, what if this happened in space with cyborgs and daddy issues, then spent $140 million creating the most expensive and seriously underappreciated box office flop in animation history that featured Jim Hawkins sailing through space on a solar surfer while being chased by mechanical spider pirates and Long John Silver with a robot arm that turns into different fighty things. A pig oracle shows visions of the apocalypse to a vulnerable boy, and skeletons claw their way out of a cauldron that looks like it was designed by H.R. Geiger before the Horned King literally disintegrates on screen while screaming. They spent 4 years making this $44 million box office failure that features more unaliving than a Game of Thrones episode, and somehow thought kids would enjoy watching an army of zombies march across the countryside while a gurgling cauldron births demons, and honestly, they weren't wrong, they were just about 30 years ahead of their time. Disney made Sherlock Holmes, but with mice. There's a bat with a peg leg who's basically Rodent Napoleon, a rat mafia boss who feeds anyone who irritates him to his cat Felicia.
What? What's wrong? Yeah? Make it move yourself. Why do I have to make it move?
Ship released. Clear to ascend.
Says don't split the party. What should you do?
Split the party.
Correct. There's a door in front of you. What do you do?
Try every way possible to open the door before checking to see if it's unlocked.
Correct. If your Dungeon Master lays a clear path for you to follow, what should you do?
Ignore it.
Correct. On game day, as a Dungeon Master, what should you do to prepare?
Prepare?
Correct. What is the #1 thing every Dungeon Master needs?
Imposter syndrome.
Correct. You encounter a lone goblin.
Adopt them.
Correct. What should you ask the Dungeon Master after every session?
Can we level up?
No. But correct. You encounter the BBEG for the first time.
Are they hot?
Correct. What is something you and your party share together?
Neurodivergence.
Correct! You want to do something really cool that your character is designed to do.
Roll a nat 1.
Correct! What is the best background for a ranger?
Playing a dexterity fighter instead.
Correct! It is your turn in combat. What do you do? Correct! It's 5 minutes before your game starts. As a player, what should you do?
Text everyone that my grandmother died for the 11th time, and we're gonna have to reschedule.
Correct! What is the current currency used for Dungeons and Dragons?
A kidney.
Correct! Your Dungeon Master is describing a scene. How should you respond?
I'm sorry, could you say that again? I was thinking about something else.
Correct! As a player, how do you prepare for your next session?
Show up early, help the DM set up, and make sure that everyone has a fun and comfortable time.
Ooh, I'm so sorry, Reed. The answer we were looking for is show up an hour late and then distract the party for at least an hour.
Should have known.
When your Dungeon Master says, don't split the party.
English names that sound funny to Mandarin speakers. Robin, 裸奔, running naked. Robinson, 裸奔神, god of running naked. Nelson, 尿神, god of pee. Benson, 笨神, god of dump. Mason, 美神, god of beauty. Nicholas, 你抠死了, you're so stingy. Isabella, 医生被拉, the doctor got arrested. Dylan, 低能, low IQ. Nancy, 难死, difficult to die. Robert, 萝卜, carrot. Ashley, 熬死你, wear you down to death. Logan, 脑梗, brain stroke. Tiffany, Tiffany, kick your ass. Martha, 麻花, fried dough twist. Jeff, 姐夫, brother-in-law. Daniel, 大牛, big shot. Gordon, 狗蛋, dog boss. Melanie, 没人理, nobody cares. English names that sound funny to
What's your name, my love?
Josh.
Josh, you're kidding me. Joshing? We don't like puns, understood. Josh, darling, what do you do?
I work for Ulta.
You work for Ulta. Okay, can you explain what Ulta is?
It's what helps make you so lovely.
What helps make me so lovely? Genetics? What is an Ulta? I don't know. Oh, it's for makeup. Oh, you work for makeup. Yes, I can see that. Yes. So what do you do at Ulta?
I work for a corporate. I work with sales.
You work for sales. So this is how you sell the makeup. Very effective. Jesus. Which one organizes? Lisa?
Yeah, okay, I heard about you backstage. Apparently you're a weirdo. Everybody's talking. You know you guys talk about us? We talk about you too. Lisa, what do you do?
I'm a pharmacy technician.
Oh, you're a drug dealer. I can see why everyone was talking about you. You're our favorite. Okay, so now we know where we get the good stuff in both categories. We can look beautiful and also not realize how beautiful we are. It's so great. Oh, look at you. What's your name, my love?
Ray.
Ray. Like a ray of sunshine. Ray, darling, what do you do?
Finance.
Finance. Oh, see, we ruined it. We could have stayed here, but then we ruined it. What kind of finance?
I'm at a car dealership.
Oh, at a car dealership. Okay, so like vroom vroom. Okay, so how does finance work at a car dealership?
We do the paperwork.
Fun. Paperwork is the best part of new cars. What is happening? What's your name, my love?
Josh.
Josh, you're kidding me.
One in the bunker. How we doing? EPA, you good? CDC? Noah, what's the read? I'm gonna go with Category 3 despair. Yeah. Well, I heard on the ham radio they're about to slash my budget by 25% and hand pieces of me over to the States, or sell me off for drilling, so. But everyone loves you. If public lands are getting axed, then what's gonna happen to my research on bats with white nose syndrome? Hey, Gio, here, take this. When they told me they were dismantling my entire research division so I could no longer study climate change, they gave me a stress ball to cope. Does it work? No. Hey, boss. Yeah? The people want to know if the hurricane in the Pacific is going to reach land by 6 a.m. Oh, yes. My sources say no. Okay. This is a disaster. Speaking of, where's FEMA? Locked in Christy Gnome's dungeon, last I heard. What was that? It's the Maha crowd. If they make it in here, just hide my research and tell them I'm deceased. It's metaphorically true anyway. Quick, what do we have that can seal that door? There's plenty of it. We have to, right? Yeah, I mean, we have to. It's the only thing. We wouldn't normally. It's just. No, it's the only thing. Yeah. Well, it's day 191 in the bunker. How we doing? EPA, you good?
Laugh about it. That wasn't cool, and I just thought it was important.
Babe, I'm so happy we got together. What do you feel like doing tonight? And let's discuss it equally. I want us to be equal in that. That sounds like a great plan. However, now let's ask all our friends what they think our first date should be and then tabulate the majority. We'll probably do what the richest friend says. Don't worry about it, babe. Let me take care of you. What do you feel like doing? That is so crazy. I feel like doing that. Let's discuss the day that we will sit down to talk about the idea of doing this date. You're right, that could be a really good idea. Sorry? Oh, no, we're discussing amongst ourselves where the date should be. You don't need to be a part of this. Don't worry, you little head. God shall decide where our date should be, as was foretold. No, I didn't steal your jewelry to pay for this date. You're acting so crazy right now. I'm so glad that we're equal in this partnership. Why don't we put all our money into one account and I'll look after that for this week. And then you can do it next week. Maybe. I am so happy that we're on this date because you are so wonderful, and I chose you because you are the best.
Ship released. Departure authorized.
Because with Joe Biden struggling in the polls, Donald Trump is already making plans to once again take on the Washington swamp. In a recent interview with Fox News, he promised to start by exposing all the things the deep state doesn't want you to know. Well, almost all the things.
Some people think that one way to build trust is to declassify things. If you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these, would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would. I guess I would. I think that less so.
That was a bit suspicious, right? Like 9/11, yes. JFK, yes. Epstein, man, let's no. I mean, look at the panic in Trump's eyes. I've seen more relaxed people on the exit row of a Boeing flight. And why though? Like, why are you so weird with the Epstein stuff? It's not like Donald Trump has any particular reason to not want the Epstein files opened up. I mean, let's hear him out. Hear his full answer.
I think that less so because, you don't know. And you don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world.
Okay, he's definitely in that file. He is in the Epstein files. He's already like, look, there's gonna be a lot of phony stuff in there. Names, pictures, my DNA. You can't believe any of it. He's obviously not worried about protecting other people. I mean, this is the same guy who said Obama was born in Kenya and Ted Cruz's dad killed JFK, okay? Now all of a sudden he's like, look, if you put some inaccurate information out there, it could really destroy someone's reputation, okay? We need to err on the side of caution here. Besides, it doesn't even matter. You don't need to ask Trump to declassify anything. He's just gonna leave it at the buffet table at Mar-a-Lago. Luckily for America, Christine Nome isn't the only one in charge of keeping the country safe. We also got Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, two guys who look like they should be henchmen in a Ninja Turtles movie, but are somehow running the FBI now. And before he took over, Dan Bongino wasn't afraid to tell us the truth about what the FBI was covering up.
Nobody knows how much material people have on Jeffrey Epstein. It's unbelievable. The guy killed himself, and now nobody's gonna know.
Yeah, exactly. Epstein killed himself? Ugh. Bongino knows the truth, and now he and Kash Patel get to see all the files. So on Sunday, they sat down for an interview to tell us what really happened. Because we know Epstein didn't just kill himself.
He killed himself.
He killed himself without air quotes? That is the craziest thing I've ever heard, all right? I was a single issue voter on this. Why did you change your mind?
As a public defender, as a prosecutor who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
Again, you want me to get... I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
I've never seen someone so sad that the deep state didn't kill someone. And also, hey, you can't talk so much shit about how the deep state did this and make it your entire personality, and then now you're in it and you're like just shrugging it off like, oh yeah, I guess they were right the first time they investigated this. Hey, if you fail that hard, you gotta let Hillary Clinton kill you, right?
You can choose to raid the caravan, or you can choose to guard it.
Our main story tonight concerns kids. You know, idiots.
They don't know important adult skills like how to do taxes or have regrets, which is why, for years now, local news has been full of dumb teen trends like these.
They're apparently bringing back the Kool-Aid Man TikTok challenge that first started during the pandemic.
Oh, no.
If you don't remember, it's when teens mimic the commercial, pretending to be the Kool-Aid Man, saying, oh yeah, and then bursting through walls and fences.
There's another popular dare called the Kylie Jenner Challenge, where teens put their lips in shot glasses, they suck all the air out. It's called the Banana Peel Challenge. The challenge may seem harmless at first, but doctors say it could really lead to serious injuries.
This TikToker drank nothing but food coloring for 11 days just to see what would happen.
You may notice my skin is turning blue.
It should come as no surprise that trying to turn yourself blue is not a good idea.
Look, as far as experiments go, drinking nothing but blue probably isn't going to win a Nobel Prize, which is just as well, because we then have to watch a TikTok called I Ate My Nobel Prize just to see what would happen. The point is, young people can do a lot of dumb shit, and that can sometimes lead to them getting in trouble with the law, something definitively covered by everyone's favourite character, Pants Bear.
Pants Bear? Where did you get the candy from? I don't remember seeing that earlier.
I forgot I got it from the candy aisle.
But did we pay for it? Pants Bear, you cannot simply take products from the supermarket. That's stealing.
I didn't mean to steal it. Ah! Help!
Oh no! For those unfamiliar, that is Pants Bear, a bear who, and this is true, wears pants. And so what you like about the Microsoft Paint quality of the animation, that clip falls under my single favourite genre of entertainment, British bears face casserole punishment, so it was always going to be a 10 out of 10 from me. But the thing is, in the US, a kid ending up behind bars for accidentally pocketing a candy bar actually isn't that much of a stretch, and that is what our story is about tonight, our juvenile justice system. We've occasionally touched on it before. You may remember in our school police story, we talked about kids winding up arrested for crimes like throwing Skittles or having a tantrum. That's just one of the many ways for kids to fall into this system. And while it's true that some have committed serious crimes, far more often they're in trouble for things like vandalism, theft, or even so-called status offences like truancy or underage drinking, basically crimes that are only crimes if you are a kid. You may have even seen stories like the one about the 6-year-old who went to court for picking a tulip from a yard at his bus stop. The point is, our juvenile courts are busy. In 2022, the most recent year for which data is available, they heard just over 600,000 cases. That same year, over 130,000 kids were detained ahead of judgment, with an additional 38,000 locked up as a result of judges' orders. The US actually incarcerates youth at many times the rate of other nations. That's from the Global Study on Children Deprived.
I will be right back. I need to feed the dogs.
Descend to flight level 300. Attention, Commander. Do not obstruct landing pads. logged, Commander. Security forces are inbound. Permission denied, Commander.
Well, my audio's back. If that wasn't clear before, the auto dock failed. I walked away on an auto dock and I died. So, yippee. 10 million rebuy plus, 10 million, 2.5 of that was crew, which is cool that we can rehire those and they don't just die like they did before. But honestly, I'm not even feeling that. making 55 million per route. That was annoying, but like, Mystery of contact. I need to pay off my bounty. But I can't? Like, legal facilities. It says I'd have no bounty. But I can't. I don't understand. Where the fuck am I? Ugh, I need to find a broker. Okay, Galaxy. Alright, I will be back in just a second. Once I launch and get out of the system, I need to finish feeding the dogs because that was rudely interrupted by the sounds of myself exploding.
Landing clamps disengaged. You are authorized for departure.
I will be right back. Come on, Nika. Let's get some food. You.
behavior in and around the starport is not permitted. We thank commanders for their cooperation. We advise that all commanders be aware of their speed while in and around the starport. Thank you for your cooperation. We will be forced to respond to aggressive action. For peace of mind, please stow ship weapons well inside the docking bay. This is a flight regulation announcement. Please proceed to land on your assigned pad in a timely manner, as the frames instructed under docking flight regulation announcement. Please proceed to land on your assigned pad in a timely manner and refrain from obstructing other docking areas. Greetings to all visitors. Please alight at your